I want to congratulate President Bongbong Marcos for having the humility, the dexterity, and the wisdom to break protocol and shake the hand. That I think is good news. I have a theory. The Philippines is the host country of ASEAN Summit. And every time there is an ASEAN Summit, there are VIPs from USA, China, Japan, and other countries invited to join. And it would be a big plus and prestige to the Philippines if we could convince China President Xi Jinping or even at least China Premier to come over personally and attend our hosting.
All right, welcome back everyone to Pandesal Talks.
Yes.
Welcome
here at Kamuning Bakery Cafe.
Yeah, ang dami na namin episodes ni Wilson. And
Yes.
today, I want to go global. I want to talk
Yes.
global, right? I think we've done a series of episodes where we talked about our nation's corruptions, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
of course, I want to also see the political climate in the global scale, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
I guess when you talk global, you talk about the two biggest leaders probably
yes.
of this world, right?
The two
US
biggest
and China,
superpowers.
diba?
Yes.
And recently, natuwa lang ako because as a netizen, I saw that our president, PBBM,
Yes.
took the hand of President Xi
Yes.
China, right? And
Yes.
of course, a lot
Unscheduled.
of people, unscheduled, right? And a lot of people would give their takes on that. Ano ba to? Is it a sign that wala nang tension sa West Philippine Sea or whatever?
Good question.
But what's your take on that, symbolism that happened? But
Yes.
what's your take on that?
I am very pleasantly surprised. I want to congratulate President Bongbong Marcos for having the humility, the dexterity, and the wisdom to break protocol, stand up, go up the stage, and shook the hand of China President Xi Jinping.
Oh, so it's not with all presidents.
I don't know about the other presidents because they are not of that same importance
Okay.
and not big news. If I shake the hand of, sorry to the New Zealand Prime Minister or others or Peru, if you shake their hands, it's not big news.
Okay.
But if you shake the hands of the leader of the second biggest economy in the world with the biggest rich, affluent consumer market in the world, with the number one biggest tourist market in the world, with
Okay.
100 million to 150 million tourists splurging all over the world, that's to me news. And especially we have tensions and disagreement in the Spratly area, which we call West Philippine Sea, that part of South China Sea that we call West Philippine Sea. So it's always the negative news in the headlines, unfortunately. So I congratulate President Bongbong Marcos for being able to shake the hands and congratulate China President Xi Jinping because next year China will be the host of the Asia Pacific Economic Summit, APEC. So I think that's good to the Philippines. Nothing bad about it, even though some people are surprised. Many people are surprised because based on the news reports that I heard, and even the interview of President Bongbong Marcos, he wasn't able to get an appointment somehow with both
Bilateral. Wala.
with both China leader and USA leader, but he was very resourceful and to seize the moment and shake the hand. That I think is good news.
So do you think that's more of a, in PBBM's mind, that could be a political symbol that could ignite something within its citizens? Like kahit anong mangyari,
hopefully,
kahit 10 seconds lang to, I shake your hand.
Na there is still friendship. Even though they disagree in the sea territorial limits there, even though the Coast Guard of Philippines and China disagree, but not everyone disagree on everything. That is to me good news.
Okay.
Number two, I believe, I have a theory. My theory is the Philippines next year is the host country of ASEAN Summit. And every time there is an ASEAN Summit, there are VIPs from USA, China, Japan, and other countries invited to join. And it would be a big plus and prestige to the Philippines if we could convince China President Xi Jinping, or even at least China Premier Li Keqiang, to come over personally and attend our hosting. So I think that's part of the plan. Number 3, I think another reason for that is I believe President Bongbong Marcos had seen that relations between USA and China is vastly improving.
Okay.
Very fast changing.
Wait, so what's the correlation, diba? Let's say
I'll tell you what.
Let's say nag-improve.
I'll tell you what. In the past 3 years, under the Biden administration, the US and China were at odds always.
Okay.
Always quarreling, always arguing, very tense. Then, when Trump came in, they ignited this trade war. There's a trade war. Before, there was a technology conflict and others. Suddenly, during this APEC Summit, na sideline the entire APEC Summit, the number one headline news was 2 countries meeting.
Amicable.
Chami. And then Trump praising to high heavens President Xi and announcing his visit to Beijing next year, April. So, I think that is a signal to everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
That we in the Philippines should not be left behind. Why only USA befriending China and doing deals? What about us in the Philippines? Are we not going to wake up and focus on making deals also for the interest of the Philippines? Are we not going to make a deal to hopefully resume the postponed or stalled or the disrupted infrastructure cooperation projects like the railway, like the tourism? We have the lowest tourism arrivals from China of all ASEAN countries. We are losing to Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, even to Cambodia. Investment also. So that's my reading. The president is very keen observer of world events. The whole world is surprised. I think the whole world mostly pleasantly surprised that the dangerous trade war between the 2 largest economies in the world has become cooperation. It's no longer hopeless. So we should not be left behind. That's my reading.
Okay. Well, so you mentioned that I think one of PBBM's goal is to get President Xi and President Trump to attend our ASEAN Summit next year, right?
If I were the president, that's my goal.
Yeah. What do you think? Like, let's say no deals can be executed on that summit, right? But the symbols of them just visiting, do you think that has impact to a nation that sorely needs it?
I'm optimistic. A deal might even be concluded between Philippines and China. We have the ASEAN Summit is end of 2026. We have almost 9 to 10 months ahead of us. If I were the president of the Philippines, I would have our diplomats now already negotiating, already talking to
para may
Beijing.
ma-announce tayo.
Maganda kasi if you have this VIP leader from China and the US coming over, and you have economic deals, not military deals, not buying of planes and weapons and quarreling, not angry transactions or conflicts. If you have cooperation, that's very badly needed good news for our problematic Philippine economy right now. We need tourism, we need investments, we need more infrastructure. We need more export to China.
So let's talk about that na-mention mo nga, nagiging chummy-chummy na now sila President Trump and President Xi. When in fact, I think 10 episodes before this, we talked about the trade war that is going on between these two leaders, right? I guess give a picture to our audience. Nung APEC Summit, right? I think that happened on October 30. That was the day where everyone was so surprised that these two leaders went up face to face and were so amicable to each other, right?
That the US side even released very candid photos of the meeting na President Xi Jinping laughing happily.
Exactly. Which is rare. Which is very rare.
Nobody in the world had seen before.
Yeah.
The president of China is always cool and not emotional.
Yeah.
Suddenly this Trump, I don't know what he was saying. Trump is a good salesman, don't forget. He is a salesman, he is a businessman.
Yeah. Actually,
I don't know what anong ginawa niya, kinilit niya itong ano.
President Trump actually went to the audience in one interview and he mentioned that, you know, President Xi, nung umupo siya sa table, right? He was beside 6 officials.
Yes.
And natawa si Trump because these 6 officials, Wilson, were like statues.
Yes.
Literally unmoving, literally not even blinking daw, sabi ni President Trump.
Nobody blinking, nobody sneezing,
right.
Nobody coughing, nobody speaking even one word.
Right. And I think that just shows how, you know.
And he said he wishes people would be like that.
Yeah.
Because whenever he have meetings, he will have people eating peanuts like me.
Yeah.
Or writing, doodling.
Yeah.
You know, may meeting sila, nagdoodle pa, may ano.
Yeah. Actually, parang, I guess it goes to show the big dichotomy on how their nations are led. Yung isa talaga very disciplined, yung isa very maloko, di ba? Very marketable.
China, very disciplined, very cool, very dispassionate.
Yep. And
not emotional.
Yeah, in one visuals as well in that meeting daw, according to a South Korean interviewer, may gift daw na dala si President Xi Jinping sa mga officials and he gave them a Xiaomi phone, no?
And he cracked a joke pa.
And then they cracked a joke and asking them, secure ba yan, di ba? Because, you know, we all know about Chinese surveillance, right? So I think this...
And USA surveillance.
And USA surveillance,
and
right? And Western surveillance, right?
All of them are doing that.
So it's a good thing, you know. I like how these articles are being written now. Kaysa yung puro trade war yung pinag-uusapan noon.
I think that is good news. Another good news, Lance. Just before Christmas, the Friday before Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to the U.S. State Department? On the Friday before Christmas Day, 20, December 19.
Yep.
Do you know what happened December 19 in the U.S. State Department? Guess. While you're guessing,
does it correlate?
What do you want to eat?
Does it correlate to global relations?
Yes. What happened?
Is it tariffs relaxation?
No. Another guess. What happened to State Department Secretary Marco Rubio?
Okay.
December 19.
I think I read about this that he went to sort of this interview and for some reason, he's one of the staunch critics against China, right?
You're correct. You're correct.
Medyo nagbago siya, right?
Yes. Because of that, you get a prize. What do you want? Do you want a cookie or do you want a bread?
I'll take the cookie.
Yes.
Thank
which,
you.
Which of the 3 cookies? Choose one.
I love this. Yeah, wow.
This is sesame cookie. Coincidentally, do you know where I copied this one? I copied and pasted the idea. Do you guess? What city in the world I bought cookies exactly like this, and I asked our Filipino bakers at Kamuning Bakery Cafe to copy it, and it became a bestseller.
Oh, yeah.
I copied this from an old bakery, 19th century bakery in Beijing City. I bought this
Sesame
cookie, exactly the same.
Okay.
So I asked our bakers, ang sarap, can you copy this? So now we
binila mo siya?
Binigyan ko, tapos kinopya niya. It's now a bestseller at Kamuning Bakery Cafe. Our sesame cookie. This is your prize.
Thank you.
Because you have a good guess.
Thank you.
On December 19, you will be the one to eat first.
Thank you.
December 19, Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State of the United States, had a year-end press conference.
Okay.
He spoke to the media, international and U.S. media,
Okay.
and in that press conference, surprisingly to the whole world, even to the American media, they were surprised. He was praising China,
Okay.
and he was very optimistic about U.S.-China cooperation. And he even said that China is getting rich. It is very important. Whether you like it or not, they are going on the rise. U.S. has to cooperate with them in order for the world to progress. And media even surprised asked him, Secretary Rubio, you used to be one of the most anti-China politicians in America. How come you changed now? In fact, I want to tell you, when President Trump came to the White House as president, when he appointed Rubio, everyone in the world was shocked. You know why? China had a blacklist of politicians who cannot go to China,
Okay.
who cannot deal with anyone.
And he was part of that.
He was in the blacklist. He was sanctioned. He was very biased now. And now he was saying good things about that country. And congratulations to Secretary Rubio. He is very wise and smart. He answered saying he now has a different job. Before he was a senator, legislator. So he was an ideologue. He was making controversy and all
Yep.
that. Now he said the exact words, he is now representing the president of the U.S. and he is now the chief diplomat of the U.S. to deal with the whole world. So he
Including
has to,
China.
yes, and he wants to promote good relations. So for your good guest, you get free sesame cookies.
Maraming salamat.
But I will steal one piece.
Yeah. Maraming salamat, Kamaning Bakery, right?
This is sign of good news for Asia and the world. What is the meaning and significance of the Philippines guest?
Once they become,
Better friends, cooperation.
I guess they would, economically, I think, di ba? Yung tariffs pa lang, medyo ano na tayo doon, right? I think with better cooperation, bababa mga yan, right?
Not to the Philippines if
Okay.
we don't do anything.
Okay.
If we don't do anything, it's only US and China that will benefit.
Okay.
But the immediate benefit to us is the likelihood of a war in Asia is going to be less. The likelihood of a war, US and China over Taiwan and other issues will be less. That is the good news for Asia.
Okay.
And hopefully, USA and China will focus more on economic, even climate change and other cooperation, rather than non-stop quarreling.
Okay. Wilson, with this, I guess going back to the PH and China relationship that President Marcos is trying to establish again right now,
Yeah.
based on historical, your historical know-how and knowledge, right? Back then, okay ba yung relationship natin with China? Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, ano ba yung scale ngayon versus before in the FM times, in the Duterte times, in the Ninoy Aquino times, right? What would be the scales for each of these eras?
I think the best era for Philippine-China relation was the elder Marcos time.
Ferdinand.
The late
Okay.
Ferdinand, Edelin
Okay.
Marcos, and Imelda Marcos time. I think the best eras for Philippine-China relations are the eras of very strong, good leaders. One is the late President Ferdinand Marcos and Imelda Marcos. They pioneered Philippine-China relations. By the way, I have a book for you.
Oh, yeah. Ito pala, no? Okay. So
This one.
Okay.
This picture was 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 51 years already kasi
Yep.
2026. Half a century ago, in June 1975, June 9, President Ferdinand Marcos and his family flew to Beijing shook the hand of Chairman Mao, and Premier Zhou Enlai pioneered official diplomatic relations between Manila and Beijing
Okay.
ahead of USA, ahead of Singapore, ahead of Indonesia and Malaysia. In fairness, I think this shows this elder Marcos, even though he is not perfect, he was, I think, one of the best in diplomacy during his time. Not only open relations with China, but also with Russia, also with Cuba, also with Libya and others. We tried to have a more independent foreign policy at that time. We tried to have. Another good era is former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. 9 years, very good. Also, former President Rodrigo Duterte, very good. Also, Fidel Ramos was not bad, very good. Even Cory Aquino, Philippine-China relations was quite good.
Okay. What can I see in this book, Wilson? Right, this is a deck. So the title's 50 Years of Diplomatic Relations.
Yes.
Is this like documentations of what those relations were the deals that were done, right? What does this talk about?
This book documents half a century of Philippine-China diplomatic, economic, cultural, and other relations.
Okay.
Plus, even historical ties. Very interesting. Written by many different people.
Okay. Is this only for Chinese Filipinos to read? Why?
No.
Why should Filipinos read this?
This book, published by Federation of Filipino Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry Inc., FFCCCII, written by many Filipino authors. You have former Finance Secretary Ben Diokno writing here. Yes.
Wow.
Former Central Bank Governor, now Cultural Center of the Philippines Chairman, Jaime Laya wrote an article. You have also former Press Secretary Martin Andanar, many others. You have the foremost food history expert of the Philippines writing here, Feliz Santa Maria, many outstanding Filipino experts and authors wrote here, showing to the whole Philippines the diversity of Philippine-China cooperation.
Okay.
We launched it recently in the Goldenberg Mansion beside Malacanang. Thank you to First Lady Lisa Araneta Marcos for hosting the book launching. The China ambassador, the new one, did not arrive yet at that time. The charge the affairs of the China embassy and other diplomats represented the embassy, and many people came. Foreign Affairs Secretary Tess Lazaro, very good DFA secretary, attended and very happy. Education Secretary Sani Angara attended. Philippine Chamber of Commerce Chairman Sergio, the President PCCI, Miss Mangyo attended, at that time the President, and Employers Confederation of the Philippines Chairman Sergio Ortiz Luis Jr. attended, etc., etc., etc.
Okay.
Very diverse. This is for everyone. You can buy this book at FFCCCII in the Manila office. Please go to the Facebook page and message if you want to buy a copy of the book. Available soon in all bookstores.
Why do you think the First Lady prioritized launching this book? Like, gagamitin ba nila ito sa summit?
Very good. I think this is one way the private sector is contributing to the efforts of President Marcos and the Philippine government and the First Lady to make the Philippines more hospitable and internationally welcoming. Because this year, 2026, we will be ASEAN host.
Yeah. I'm excited for this, and I hope that, ngayon kasi I think when you talk China, immediately some stigma comes to mind, right? Siyempre, puro political tensions, right? So I think it's nice to have a book that recounts it, right? Balances facts with current events, no? So thank you, Wilson, for giving me a copy
Yes.
And yeah, hopefully everyone can read it as part of Pandesal Talks Discovery.
Yes. And
if
hopefully
you wanna
everyone
learn,
will
right?
buy a copy.
Oh. Okay. So Wilson, I think I just wanted to close this short episode.
Yes.
For you, what do you think do you like to happen between when hopefully President Xi visits us, right? And President Trump's visit us, the key deals that you want done with the Philippines. Anything in mind that you think should be prioritized?
In fairness to the FFCCCII, led by President Victor Lim,
Yep.
recently they had another occasion to meet the China ambassador, Miss Ambassador Jing Chuat, very new young ambassador. And the focus of the Federation of Filipino Chinese Chamber of Commerce is to promote Philippine exports, number one. Do you know ba that Philippines is number one trade partner in the Philippines is China? But unfortunately, tragically for the Philippine economy, because of our lack of focus on manufacturing, our lack of focus on export industries, unfortunately, tragically, due to our lack of real reforms and push for agriculture, we import so much more from China than we export to them. So, the Filipino-Chinese Chamber Federation is very concerned about our annual trade deficit, meaning we don't export enough to China. Every time we talk about China in the media, it's always about West Philippine Sea. It's always about arguments and quarrel. So we are very concerned that the brand name of the Philippines in the China export market, in the China tourism market might be damaged. So the FFCCCII, listening to the request of President Bongbong Marcos to be the bridge between Philippines and China, is eagerly encouraging more Filipino exports, not only bananas, not only mangoes, also durian and many other things to China, number one. Number two, the FFCCII wants to encourage Philippine tourism industry to boom. Do you know how many tourists we have from China this year? Guess. Give a wild guess.
Although I wait, from China,
Yes.
I think narinig ko 300,000 tourists tayo. Total? Unique tourists total? But in China, maybe 10% of that? More? A little bit more?
Less than 10%, I think. Yes. Because I don't know if we have 5 million tourists this year. I don't know.
Okay.
I think in the Philippines, we have 5 million or 6 million tourists this
Okay.
year. I heard many of them are not real tourists. They're actually balikbayan in the US.
Planted.
Visiting,
Okay,
visiting the relatives.
Okay,
So,
okay. Misleading
technically
data.
speaking, yes. If 10%, that's 500,000-600,000, di ba? I read recently, we have only 200,000 China tourists a year.
Yeah.
Do you know how many tourists from China going to Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore,
I would
even
guess
Cambodia,
times 3 than
Vietnam?
that, diba? Times 3.
More than times 10. All of the different countries in ASEAN, including Korea, everywhere, millions of China tourists spending, splurging a lot. So we are so lagging behind.
Grabe.
That is one of the concern of FFCCCII. That's why
Priority-wise, yun dapat.
they want to normalize. Don't make the relationship so abnormal.
Okay.
The only thing they're talking about is West Philippine Sea. Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam also have overlapping claims with the Philippines and China. In fact, in the West Philippine Sea, the biggest occupant, the country with the most number of islands occupied that we claim is Vietnam, not China. China claims only got a few islands.
Okay.
Vietnam has the most. So, trade is one concern. Export is so lagging behind. Tourism is so lagging behind. And other cooperation. So, I hope, and also the FFCCII and all the other business groups hope to normalize. We don't even have to have honeymoon. I don't even expect Philippines, China to be best friends.
Yeah.
The way Malaysia and China is good friends now, the way Singapore and China is good friends. Kahit na lang, normal friend relationship only for the sake of our Philippine economy.
Okay.
We are losing out to our neighbors.
Okay.
So, I think the U.S. lessening conflict with China is good news for us because we in the Philippines are so USA-centric and influenced. So, if we follow the U.S. way, we should be courting China the way Trump is doing it. Trump, in fairness to
Took him few months lang, no?
Yes.
To really change his tone.
In fairness to Donald Trump, whatever you say against him or you don't like him, one thing you have to admire him. He knows where the U.S. can make more money by befriending China, by getting China to buy more soybeans from the U.S. farmers, by getting China to get more tourists to go to U.S., by having China send more foreign students to U.S. universities.
Yeah.
That's the reason they are meeting in April in Beijing.
Okay. Thank you, Wilson, for that short episode. And just a disclaimer: this isn't a sponsored episode at all.
Yes.
And hopefully, we did a discussion that was purely objective. Diba? We just talked about the importance as well of diplomatic relations between Philippines and China in general. No?
Kasi the reason for that is I want to encourage all of us in the Philippines to look at every country as a market, as a customer, and how the Philippines and the economy can progress by selling more and benefiting from all our neighbors.
Yeah, and hopefully we can do other deep dive episodes between the diplomatic relations natin with different countries, diba?
Yes.
Also knows a lot about Thailand, about Vietnam, and the relations that we have
Another
there.
topic
Diba?
in the future, the Palestinian ambassador, I heard, wants to visit Kamuning Bakery Cafe. The Israel ambassador wants to come here. I don't know if the public wants to talk about that topic, but that is another issue.
Yeah.
Taiwan is another issue. Many people in the Philippines do not understand what Taiwan is to China and to Asia, and why it's a big issue in the future. And why it affects us. Kasi sabi ni President Bongbong Marcos, we are the nearest physical neighbor of Taiwan Island.
Exactly.
Whatever happens there will affect us.
Okay.
Hopefully in a positive way.
Okay. All right. That's it. Thank you everyone for joining us again for Pandesal Talks. And we hope to see you again.
Peanut
Thank
Talks.
you. Thank you, Wilson.
Thank you.